Hey guys, it's Vera Wylde and I'm back again with more tips for beginning cross-dressers. We're going to wrap up the eyes with this one and we're going to talk about eyeshadows this time. We've done liners, we've done lashes, so it's time for these. Now, the thing with eyeshadows is, more than anything, is that you want to be sure that you have more than one color going on at a time. A common mistake of many dressers just starting out is that they'll take one color and use it from the eyelid all the way up to the eyebrow, and that's something you really don't want, because even if it's a color that you really like and really brings out your eyes, it creates a flat look and you lose any sort of dynamic or shape to that part of your face if you use all one color. So you do want to use at least two shades. Now, you can get, and I recommend them, especially for people starting out, these sorts of little packets, which usually come in either 2 or 3 shades that are designed to work well together. This particular one is from Almay, and it's made for people with green eyes to complement the eye color. So you can get ones that are made specifically for your eye color, in addition to being matching sets. And it's a really good way to start out. And it helps you sort of get the sense of what sort of colors work together. But for when you're done with these sorts of sets and you want to try your own color combinations, a couple of rules of thumb. The first is that you always want to have a lighter shade and a darker shade, usually within the same color palette, though not necessarily the same color. It's a light green up here, and then I have a sort of a earthy brown over the eyelid. Now there's also, I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's sort of a darker green in between the two, and that's what you would use for a third color, just to add one more bit of dimension to the look. But the rule of thumb is always going to be darker color goes on the lid, lighter color goes up here under the eyebrow. And to do it the other way is frankly a bit of a strange look, and it's a look that you can use if you're going for something really specific. But the good rule of thumb is to have the lighter shade up top and the darker shade on the bottom. Now, as far as applying it goes, it's actually pretty straightforward. It's one of sort of the easier things to get a handle on. It will take a little bit of practice, but the nice thing about it is, as far as applying it to the lid, you don't really need to see that, because you'll find you can actually really just feel where you're applying it to. And then when you get to up here, obviously for that you can keep your eye open, and applying that is not so difficult. Now, as far as matching shades, you can also, and you may want to also, consider matching whatever shade of eyeliner you have to whatever eyeshadows you are using. So in the case of these, you probably want to use a brown eyeshadow as opposed to a black. I have used a black just because I find that a black eyeliner goes really well with the false lashes I'm wearing. We talked about false lashes already. But all these things do all work together. And that's the other thing, that sort of finding your own matches for eyeshadow can really help you do, is start to work on multiple colors in the same palette, and colors that work together, so that you can eventually start constructing really overall looks where the eyeshadow complements the lipstick, complements the blush, and complements whatever outfit you have going on. So everything eventually starts working together. And definitely feel free to experiment. That's going to be a big part of this. It always is. But that's eyeshadows. They're actually pretty straightforward. Again, for beginners, I do recommend getting these sorts of kits with matched shades. And then once you get the handle on it, by all means, experiment and see what you come up with. But that's pretty much it for eyeshadow. So I hope you find that helpful, and until next time.